R134 or something. Okay, U1 and U2 are going to be different. Now, if you write the wrong equation, I mean, I know probably knows what I'm talking. If you write the wrong equation, U1 is equal to U2, I mean, you basically lose a lot of points. First of all, U1 is not equal to U2. That is, H1 is equal to H2. For ideal gas, it happened to be temperature is equal, so that is why you want to show the work. If you don't show the work, you lose points. Okay, and it is not a big derivation. Simply writing this equation and drop it, and put what you need. That actually tells you what are what you have knowns and unknowns, and you can solve for the equation. Okay?
So U1 is equal to U2 because the CV times delta T.
U1 is equal to U2 because T1 happen to be the same. T1 equal to T2. Now, and it depends only on temperature. In fact, I'm going to ask that. Okay, many of you, not many, some of you probably did not give me the final internal energy and final enthalpy, which happened to be same initial also, because H1 is equal to H2, and because they are only now. What is the meaning of this one? Cp, Cv, H, U depends only on temperature. Can anybody? I don't want to explain. Can anyone explain that clearly? What does it mean? They depend only on temperature.
Doesn't depend on pressure.
No, don't make complicated. Okay.
Only temperature will affect the values of it.
So that means if I know the temperature, I have those values. I don't need to know anything else. So you got the table. Table A17, I believe, A17 in this case English system, so A17E. You know the temperature, which happened to be 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Just go to that 100 degrees Fahrenheit and get your U value and H value. So see, Cp, Cv, H, U depends only on temperature. If we just know, but you don't understand what it means, that's no useful. The depend means, in fact, if I know T, I can get any one of them. Not only that, if I get U, I can get any other things. Again, we are talking only ideal gases here. Okay? But whereas for R134, for water, we know they depend on two parameters, pressure temperature or pressure volume, so it's more complicated. That's why we have more, for air, we have only one thing, single table, whereas for air, we have, different ways to deal with, we got, multiple tables. Okay? So depends on temperature means, if you know temperature, you know enthalpy and all from the table. You don't need to calculate. But what is my more concern is you got both closed system and open systems in this exam. This is for steady state, dropping the terms, that is next step. But if you put delta U there, you're simply, ignoring the flow work or the energy carried by the mass, and you're going to get your numbers wrong. Not only numbers wrong, your basically your analysis is, if I give a turbine problem, for example, okay? Now the turbine problem, as you know, this is going to be out. For a turbine, I don't give anything else like, this is the equation, right? Q is gone, K is gone, P is, so that is for general turbine. Okay? If I kinetic energy, again, I'm repeating, if I give velocities, you include it, okay? Am I clear on that? But point is, for just putting that in a, usually my B questions, part B questions are 17 points. So just writing that one and dropping the, terms that are not significant, you get probably 3 to 4 points right there, You don't want to miss, even if, sometimes even it could be as high as 5 points. So you want to write, it's not like you have to give it many steps. Just write the overall equation, drop it, and then you have, if it's up to you. If I were you, I'm going to write W out is equal to M dot H2 minus H1, and then let's say I'm solving for, I might have given you W out, right? And then conditions to find H1, and I may ask you to find M dot. So I will be asking, okay, do I know, David, don't focus.
I was showing the dot move. That's how we remember. Dot. You got it.
So if I give you, what you say, okay, I have to solve. I don't know this. Do I have this? I don't have, but conditions are there, I can find. So it's up to you how you want to solve, but theory should be clear, otherwise, you will not be able to, if your approach is right, what happens, even if you make mistake here and there, but you get a lot of points. Okay? But if your approach is completely wrong, then you will lose more points. So you got to be, if you really see in open steady state system, I have, what all I can give? I can give probably heat exchanger, I can give maybe throttling valve, I can give probably a turbine, a compressor, a nozzle, a diffuser. I cannot give any more than that. For everything, that is the equation, but you have to drop the insignificant terms, because if you don't drop, sometimes that will show as an unknown, and if that is unknown, then you may have two unknowns. In reality, if there may be only one unknown, then you are correct accuracy. Even there, but if you put that equation, there is a likelihood that your approach will be right.
Alright, so when I write Q, is it understood that that's net? Right.
See, it's really up to you. Okay, let me explain. I already told this one. Most of the time, heat transfer is somewhat known, in or out. Okay. Now, if you say that, let's say unknown is Q heat transfer, right? In this case, now put Q net. Don't do anything. Okay, Q net. You get a negative. Can anybody answer what it means? It is going out. But you up front, if you put already Q in minus Q out, and you already it is Q out, what happens? Negative cancels, and you get, because there is no such thing called, like a negative money, which is loan, right? Same thing here also, just direction it is telling.
Okay, P over T was P over T, right?
That's for ideal gas.
So
T1.
Ain't that ideal gas up there? I want to know how did the pressure drop and the temperature didn't drop? In that throttle thing.
Because, that's what, it is not, I cannot, this is not like magic. This is, you apply this equation here, okay? And don't make it complicated than what is necessary. All those devices that I mentioned just now, nozzles, diffusers, all those things this is the equation. And drop them, whatever insignificant, and simplify, you will see. This is what you get for throttling valve, because rest of them 0. H1 is equal to H2. And it's only for ideal gases it is becoming T1 is equal to T2, not for R134. Is T1 is equal to T2 for water, for example? No. You have to stop right there. H1 is equal to H2. Mostly what it is giving you is the condition 2. Okay? And for closed systems, I repeat again, delta U is what? Only one place, can, let's say, ask Daniel. I've been writing this, right? Equation for closed systems. But closed systems, Q minus W is equal to M times delta U plus delta KE plus delta P. Okay? Okay, that's a closed systems, we know. Right? This is the equation. Every time when you write closed system, write that equation. Okay? Now, stationary system, those two go. Right? But one place, I combine this plus this and write delta H. Only one place. Only one situation. What it is? Boundary work. There's only boundary work involved during the constant pressure process. Okay? So because WB plus delta U, and I showed that little derivation. I'm going to show today also. But in other words, the beginning step, always write, even constant pressure boundary work also, beginning step, write this one. And beginning step for open system, write that one. Okay? Don't U and H are not the same things. Okay? Now let's start for some time on, I want to go to the chapter 6. We don't have too much time. I know that David likes to joke and waste time, but I don't want to do anymore.
I'm a stickler. I'm a straight shooter.
Means what?
Means I don't joke, I don't play, no games. I'm not a kid.
Josh is laughing, so that means. Okay,
It means he thinks I'm a kid?
now. We know how to find efficiency and coefficient of performance, right? What all you need